been a long time, but we are finally back. I took a little bit of a break so we could do my son's YouTube channel, Cooley Collector. And if you notice, you're not seeing my face on this video because it's our new segment called Drive By. So it's completely audio. There's no video in these segments. It's called Drive By. We'll be talking about different things, and today I'm going to go through the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble. I know my channel features a lot of video games and a lot of wrestling. We're going to try and mix it up with lots of different topics, but with the Greatest Royal Rumble coming up tomorrow, Friday the 27th of April, we thought, why not go into some predictions? And if you're looking at additional predictions, why not check out Cooley Collector? It's also on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel for my son Cooley, where we go through 5 of the 10 matches in his Ask 5 predictions of the Greatest Royal Rumble. And without further ado, we're already a minute and 20 seconds into this drive-by. Let's go into the Cruiserweight Championship match. Kalisto just won the Gauntlet match on 205 Live. That's a great superstar to have an opportunity to fight Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. And going into the Greatest Royal Rumble, I believe that Cedric Alexander will still retain the title. He'll probably keep it for another couple months before dropping it to Drew Gulak or whoever else is in line for that belt. So once again, Cedric Alexander will retain the title against Kalisto at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And now shifting gears into SmackDown Live, we'll talk about the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, where the Usos take on the Bludgeon Brothers, who won the Tag Team championships from the Usos at WrestleMania 34. Going into this match, you know, there's a lot of titles on the line at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And I believe that a lot of them are going to be retained. There won't be a lot of title changes, and this is one of them. The Bludgeon Brothers will retain the tag team titles. I think they'll keep them for a while, build up their character. They've obviously, the WWE management has obviously chosen them for a reason, by building them up leading to WrestleMania as these big mammoths with huge hammers that will take down the tag team division. But now that Sheamus and Cesaro are on SmackDown Live, I believe the Bludgeon Brothers will probably save those belts for a while until those 2 tag teams meet. And now I mentioned the bar. We don't set the bar, we are the bar. We have Sheamus and Cesaro taking on the Deleters of the World, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, for the Raw Tag Team titles. Honestly, this is a silly match in the sense that Sheamus and Cesaro are no longer on Monday Night Raw. I get the fact that they are due their tag team title rematch, and I understand that, but why would you move them over before the match even occurs to a different brand? With that said, the Leaders of the World will win the tag team titles. Originally, I thought that Bray Wyatt was going to leave Monday Night Raw, turn heel on Matt Hardy, and lead the NXT stable Sanity. But it looks like with Sheamus and Cesaro on SmackDown, with Bray Wyatt staying on Raw, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy will will win the tag team titles to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, moving into singles competition, we won't go into a title match, but let's go into a gimmick match. We have the casket match returning on a WWE event. And it was weird that Rusev was in the match, and then they took him out and put Chris Jericho in there, which I would have loved to see Chris Jericho and The Undertaker. But then within a couple days, they removed Chris Jericho and put Rusev back in. I don't understand what the reasoning was for that. Rusev takes on The Undertaker in a casket match, and it would be nice to see Rusev win the match, especially the caliber of the gimmick and the Undertaker's in it. The caliber of the superstar. It just doesn't look good for Rusev, though. Rusev Day will probably fall and falter. If I was booking the match, I would have had Rusev win and maybe have Undertaker at that point off TV for a while until you were trying to build up WrestleMania 34 with John Cena and The Undertaker in a rematch. So with this one, The Undertaker will win the casket match and defeat Rusev at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, speaking of John Cena, we have John Cena taking on Triple H, and this match hasn't occurred in over 8 years. The two have not met in 8 years. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be entertaining. There's no build up to the match at all. But I still think it'll be entertaining, and John Cena will pick up the victory since he lost 4 weeks ago to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I understand Triple H also lost his match at WrestleMania. But believe it or not, I think John Cena has the bigger ego, and he will take the match at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So now we've outlined 4 matches. Let's get into let's get into the WWE Championship match, where we have Shinsuke Nakamura, the heel, the man that cannot speak English any longer, Shinsuke Nakamura, taking on AJ Styles, the champion of SmackDown Live. Plain and simple, I don't think Nakamura is going to win the title. If anything, these two will probably feud for a while, and AJ Styles will retain the title, beating Shinsuke Nakamura at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now we have the Intercontinental Championship match, which is also another gimmick match, and I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It's a ladder match for the IC title. It's Seth Rollins defending his Intercontinental title against Finn Balor. So the two of them are on Raw, and then you have 2 SmackDown Live superstars with The Miz and Samoa Joe. In this one, I honestly, again, believe the title is staying on Monday nights, and it is staying on Raw. It's a toss-up at this point between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, but I still think that Seth Rollins will retain. If the title does change hands, it is not going to SmackDown. It will stay within Raw, and at that point, it'll be Finn Balor winning the match. But I still think it's Monday Night Rollins. It's Seth Rollins winning and successfully defending the championship. And if we're looking at singles mid-card championship matches, we have Jeff Hardy with his newly won United States Championship, he beat Jinder Mahal on Monday Night Raw of the Monday Night Raw Superstar Shakeup, and now Mahal is exercising his rematch clause. Again, this title is not changing hands. It is going to be defended successfully by Jeff Hardy. Now, I'm not sure which one to go through first. I guess let's go through the greatest Royal Rumble, the biggest Royal Rumble in history. 50 men are competing. There are so many guys to go through. We know that Kurt Angle is going to be part of it. Shane McMahon is going to be part of it. Mark Henry returns. The Big Show returns. They're all going to be in the match, along with Big Cass, Daniel Bryan, and the list obviously goes on and on and on. Chris Jericho was just recently added. 50 massive egos, 50 superstars are competing. And, and surprise, surprise, we have Rey Mysterio also returning at the Greatest Royal Rumble. His last appearance on WWE TV was the Royal Rumble back in January. I guess they don't want to keep this a secret. They want to advertise him and get as many people watching this show as possible. The match is going to be... The superstar that wins will not get an opportunity to fight a champion in the future like previous Royal Rumbles. What they're going to get is a trophy that's very similar in look to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or the Women's Battle Royal. For this one, I believe a big man's going to win it. Well, it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be Daniel Bryan or it's going to be Braun Strowman. So either a little guy or a big guy. Obviously, that broadens... That covers the entire 50-man roster for this match. But it's one of those two guys, and going down to the wire, Braun Strowman won the tag team titles at WrestleMania and then relinquished the belts. It was his first championship, and then he gave them up. I believe WWE owes him one. They are going to give Braun Strowman the victory here. And now, finally, we go into the steel cage match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Is it Roman Reigns' time? Is it his yard? Yes, I firmly believe this is the night that Roman Reigns finally dethrones Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship. For whatever reason, management wanted to swerve us all and keep the belt on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I don't think that's the case now. I believe Brock will drop the belt, and this is the only title that is changing hands on this event, and obviously it is the big main event. So that is how I see it happening. Brock Lesnar losing, Roman Reigns becoming the new Universal Champion. Now let's run down the card before we end things off on this new segment, Drive By. We have Cedric Alexander defending successfully his Cruiserweight Championship. We have the Bludgeon Brothers defending their titles successfully. We have new Raw Tag Team Champions with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. We have The Undertaker defeating Rusev in a casket match. We have John Cena taking on Triple H and John Cena being victorious in that match. We have Shinsuke Nakamura losing once again to AJ Styles. AJ Styles will defend successfully against Shinsuke Nakamura. We have Seth Rollins winning and defending the Intercontinental Championship in the ladder match. Jeff Hardy successfully defending his United States Championship. Braun Strowman winning the Battle Royal or the Royal Rumble. And Brock Lesnar losing, Roman Reigns winning the WWE Universal Championship. So that's 10 huge matches. It's a huge event. We have 5+ hours of WWE awesomeness this Friday. It's tomorrow. Check it out, guys. It's on the WWE Network, exclusively to the network, and it starts at 11 a.m. Eastern and concludes sometime around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, this was Danny from Infinite Reviews. Please like, share, subscribe. Comments are always welcome. Hope you enjoy our new segment, Drive By. It's whenever I'm driving and I feel like talking, kind of like a podcast. Let me know what you think of the segment. Let me know what else you want to see on the channel. We have lots of stuff coming up, and I definitely enjoyed my little break, my little time and my break away from the channel. But I appreciate the patience, and I will see you next time.